town of Zayirie is a farming-based town about 2 miles out from the capital city of Verzoza known as Aspirant, both of which lie in the Daontel's tillage region that was named after Sealy Daontel. Sealy was actually one of the moral guises that was taken by the origin goddess of weather known as Fiela a long time ago, when Esma's civilization was still in infancy. During the Prelude cycle, the then unnamed region used to be an unattended, dirt and blood-covered blemish on Verzoza in the eyes of the Origin Pantheon after they made the planet Esma. In a successful attempt to loophole the Origin Pantheon's self-imposed rule not to interfere with Esmakin society, Fiela disguised herself as the aforementioned individual. She would then infuse a rock broken from the arm of the Origin god of Earth known as Yoris with her magic, descend to this blemish's location, and cause it to grow plant life overnight, along with the several week-long rain accompanying it, giving the bone-dry ground some much-needed moisture. While the city of Verzozan was being built quite a long time ago, the area that would become Zayirie was a makeshift storage yard for the countless bricks, hammers, nails, and so on that went into the city's decade-long construction. It was only a few years after Verzozan was finished being built did the storage yard become the town it is today, with the construction materials being moved back into Verzozan's storage areas within its castle of Albisus. Nowadays, Zayirie is quite important to the province thanks to there being dozens upon dozens of different types of crops being grown in it. These crops are quite crucial to the economy of the province and ensuring they feed the stomachs of the hundreds of Esmakin that live within Verzoza. A few years after Zayirie was converted into its current form, then Duchess Cordial Bidrosk declared any tampering with its crops regardless of the method to be a capital offense. Even today does this declaration stand, and the town's guards ensure it's kept that way. It was suggested at several points in Zayirie's so-called life that some of the crops be dedicated to alchemical purposes, but all of them have been declined under the reasoning of there being plenty of those in the Seychelles overlord region. Quite dangerous to tread in nowadays with the marauders of Fryden's collaboration up and about. One could understand why Verzoza's alchemists would find the decision quite annoying, but ultimately they can't do much about it without risking the wrath of the law. Zayirie's constant problem of its citizens being worked to the bone once again has shown its ugly head, with the lack of rest and metaphorical breathing down necks also causing some of those same citizens to once again walk off. Whenever this happens, those caught by the guards are thrown in jail for negligence or duty. With all this in mind, it's possible for anyone to argue that Zayirie is more of an extension of Verzozan rather than a town on its own. In the very recent past, a human woman by the name of Mimra Cephas would try and argue on behalf of the people, as well as be a shield to the farmers when some of the less wise collaboration members attacked the town, but her so-called invasive actions resulted in her being asked to leave Zayirie. Nowadays, alcohol served in its tavern called the Farmer's Respite, ran by an orc named Yatma, serves as a coping mechanism of sorts for Zayirie's residents, allowing them to briefly forget about the situation they all find themselves in.